Like,
Government
we're here
conspiracies
now.
are tricky. Like, if you believe the government is always telling the truth, then you're a fool. But if you believe the government's never telling the truth, you're also a fool.
Sure.
And it can be hard to know what's what.
Yeah,
The new one's the Taylor Swift one. The one that, frankly, I have been espousing for
You
weeks.
think the government's
joke.
behind the Chiefs win instead of their skill?
Not only is it a major conspiracy that lots of people believe, it's one that I've been espousing for weeks and weeks and weeks, that Taylor Swift is a psyop. You get her you get her in there for the Joe Biden plug and to make everybody get the vaccine, Taylor.
Taylor, you're not thinking. You're not playing the long game. They've been setting this up since 2021 when Kansas City won the first time, or 2020. 2020, they won the Super Bowl.
No.
And 22.
I think
or
they did
18 and 22. I don't know. I've
the
only been a
financial
Chiefs fan
impact?
this year. So I don't know.
Did you see someone calculated the financial impact of Taylor Swift being Kelsey's like girlfriend and going
Fucking
to the
absurd,
games?
I'm sure.
$331 million for the Chiefs in the NFL. Just like ratings over.
They made that much?
Extra.
Jeez. Okay.
Like her impact alone was $331 million more for the Chiefs and the NFL
through through the.
They did this exact. They go to the playoffs every year. I mean,
no, I'm not doubting you.
I think that's what they did. That's how they did the math.
Because the viewership was that much higher that they're slated to make that much more through ads.
Not just the viewership, but you know how it works. Like it's valuable eyes that are watching. I think they're hitting demographics they normally wouldn't hit with NFL games.
Young and middle-aged women are huge spenders, big spenders. So those are valuable eyes. You can get them buying a fucking Kelsey jersey. I bet Kelsey jerseys are insane. Right.
As I looked it up, the Chiefs won in 2020 and they were in it in 21 and they're here again in 24. I don't know. I fucked it up.
And they won last year.
Yeah, and they won last year. To say the Chiefs are in it through some sort of scam is a little silly.
If I weren't from Missouri, I'd be all in with you.
Here's the actual conspiracy we need to line in. Taylor Swift is a gold-digging whore. That's what you want to line up behind. Taylor Swift is only after Travis Kelce for his money. And she's the kind of girl who sits at the finish line and fucks the winners. It's not until this guy makes a Super Bowl, his fourth time.
This is what a real psyop looks like.
Scott disagreed.
No, I was gonna say, like, she's definitely got more money than Kelsey.
I won't be dissuaded with your facts.
Yeah, but so I have my own Taylor Swift like psyop, but it's not a fun one. I'm not 1,000% sure what like the fun one is, the one that everybody on Twitter's been going crazy about. It's just trying to put her front and center so that she can like push Biden and vaccines and stuff like that. There's nothing else to it.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, because Kelsey's like the Pfizer fun guy right now, right? He's in all those commercials.
Yeah.
I don't see commercials, but I do know he works for Pfizer because Aaron Rodgers talks shit.
Yeah. That was funny. Yeah. Like you need Pfizer money. It's like you're dating Taylor Swift and you play for the Chiefs. Like
he needs that chunky soup money. He needs that car insurance money. The Manning brothers are still fucking in commercials and running pizza restaurants, dude. They've got their own program. Those guys are 100 millionaires. What are they still doing?
Was Taylor Swift? I didn't know this, Scott. Was she like a big vax person, or not?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah, no.
Just like a normal person about it, I suppose.
Just kind of whatever.
Some people might take issue with that read, but
I mean, my less fun theory was that she was being put front and center in the NFL right now to show like cracked out psycho women that they can have it all. They can wait to be like 35 before they start having kids. And they can be pop stars and stuff like that, and then also still get the football player that they wanted back in high school.
I could see that. I mean, that's certainly like definitely an endearing part of her to her core audience, because you see a lot of the most hardcore Taylor Swift fans online because it's trending fucking constantly now, and they're like exactly what you described, like a 39-year-old single, no kids, and almost living vicariously the way one might through a child with Taylor Swift. Like, look at her. She's living the dream.
For the record, I like Taylor Swift.
I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't know anything about her. Her music's good.
I've always liked her songs. I imagine
know.
She's a bad girlfriend, only because there's a long list of people that agree.
Yeah, her business is kind of needed, like that, or I don't even know. But I know the meme that like all her songs are about breaking up, right?
Yeah,
a lot of them
I think I think that's why she's famous, is because she was caught on by like those girls in high school who like they weren't ugly, like they're actually pretty and like cool, but they weren't cheerleaders. And like that's what half her songs are about. If it's not about breaking up, it's about like, oh, I'm better than the cheerleader. I don't know why you don't want me.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, I'm just the plain Jane, and like meanwhile she's hot. I really doubt she was
she
plain Jane in high school. Oh, does she?
Yeah,
that happens more often than you would think. It's very rare that it's just like a random happenstance.
I hate to call her a nepo baby, right? Because like some of our most talented actors and singers and such had parents in the industry, in the entertainment industry, and I think that's where she lands. Like I like her music. Whatever, I'm gay. Not actually gay, but gay enough to like Taylor Swift, and I like her music. I think she's really good at it. I think she sings well and she plays the guitar. I tried to play the guitar, didn't sound anything like it when she does. So, tip of the hat. But she did get a big leg up in the fame race because her father,
above average looking woman, like Taylor Swift, is like attractive. I imagine if you see her in person. I saw that picture. Do you see that picture of her with her naked pussy rubbing red paint all over the Chiefs stadium?
100%.
No.
Yeah. Well, did you see those real photos? No, the AI Taylor Swift shit.
No, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, like it was like a Streisand effect.
Pretty hot, rubbing her pussy with those 6 fingers.
Yeah, you can tell because it's got like the 6 finger thing, but like the pictures is like, I don't know what this dude input into his hyper realistic porn simulator, but like half of them were like Taylor Swift looking slutty, naked with like Chiefs paint on, and it says like "fuck me," and then she's just like in the crowd. You can like see how the lines on the field in the background aren't perfect the way like AI does it, and she's just being groped, like molested by like dozens of Chief fans with like red paint on, and like apparently her legal team was like drew attention to it and was like, this is unacceptable. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's the president. Dude, Biden's nobody's doing her any favors talking about that. You let that slide. You go, this will pass if we don't say anything about it. Now it trended on Twitter 100 times because it got brought up.
We'll see what they do. It's a lot of powerful people who don't like it. There may be some changes to how that technology gets used. Ends. Him and Aaron Rodgers need to go and do their own thing in the and they need to coexist with those same people.
I know McAfee platforms Aaron Rodgers, if that's the sort of thing you pay attention to, but he just had Travis Kelce on too. Like I don't think he's.
Wait, what's wrong with platforming Aaron Rodgers?
I guess that was where he said that Jimmy Kimmel was a pedophile and he was going to be on the Epstein list. And that's a bad thing to get out there. It's a lie.
Yeah. I'm like my little like alarm bell, like that term platforming, like always like sets me off where someone will be like, oh, they platformed this person. It's like, what do you mean? They let someone go on there and talk like that you don't like?
So he used Pat McAfee's show to tell the world that Jimmy Kimmel was going to be on the Epstein flight log, which is not true. He doesn't know him. He was never on it. It came out. He wasn't on it. It's
Jimmy Kimmel's shitty for other reasons, but I don't think he's a pedophile.
Yeah, it's because he's not funny, and he hasn't been since he was doing the Man Show with Adam Carolla.
I liked the Man Show. I liked Crank Yankers.
Crank Yankers was good. He did that.
Yeah, they did that. Adam Carolla, I know, did, and I'm sure Jimmy Kimmel was.
And it's funny when you can tell who the funny person is in a partnership. Like Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel.
Who have you seen? Like the bits of that
his
they would do in the
hilarious.
That was a Karl Malone impression.
Yeah, that was funny, and it wasn't. It wasn't trying to be racist. Like it was.
Hello,
being
I'm
funny.
Karl Malone. I did
Malone.
not rape all those children. That's my Karl Malone impression.
Yeah, but I don't like when I hear people getting critiqued for platforming people. I'm always like, I don't like that. Like you don't. That's a slope you don't want to start sliding down of just having everything be a bunch of hugbox agreeing.
So what I was getting at was, I'm not sure Pat McAfee is actually like politically aligned with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but he's got beef with ESPN.
They don't have to be to have a good show together.
True.
Yeah, I think he's got beef with ESPN, and I think that demo. Yeah, they keep talking about how upset they are with ESPN and how they don't like them there.
Oh,
do they think they're being underpaid?
A ton?
I don't know anything about that. I just know what
I'm going to look it up. I might be wrong. I'm under the impression that he got like Joe Rogan money.
He got a lot. He pulls ridiculous numbers. I had no idea how popular Pat McAfee was. Like he's huge. He could easily like split off and do his own thing.
85 million he got from that ESPN
Holy
deal.
shit. And so him and Aaron Rodgers,
it's a 5-year deal, so it's not quite as good as it sounds. But
all the football podcasts are popping up. They're not Aaron Rodgers and the other guy.
Aaron Rodgers has a podcast.
No, I'm saying they could. Like the NFL podcast seems to be taken off in a way, like the Peyton Manning and the Eli Manning brothers.
It's because stats and stories is the right way to be a fan. Don't watch the games. The games are stupid. It's about the podcasts and the highlights and the dating lives and Jimmy Butler trying to learn to canoe. That's where sports fans are headed. I'm on. I think
they do both, here. Woody. They watch the games and then they learn about the
games.
Stories.
Are a huge time sink. You can.
You are the only one who
9 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah, you got to watch the games of the sports you like.
Sports are not about games, Taylor.
Oh,
sports are about dating Taylor Swift. That's what it's about.
I've never been to a single Blues player's Instagram or any social media account. Like,
did you see Jason Kelce jump out of that window and then jump back in? That's what I based my scouting report on.
I didn't give a fuck about that. I cared a little about that. I just
I
don't
like watching the sports for the sports.
What does anybody want to bet on the Super Bowl with me? Because I think it's Chiefs all the way. Anybody want to bet against
Chiefs?
The Eagles have to be favored.
The Eagles aren't in the Super Bowl.
Excuse me, the Niners.
49ers. I hope the 49ers are favors. Mahomes is apparently good in being the underdog, but then I see other stats where it's like, no, you just cherry pick this. He's always good. Like he's fine. So hopefully he can bring another fucking what is the NFL championship trophy called?
The Lombardi.
The Lombardi. Okay, hopefully he can bring another Lombardi trophy to the proud state of Missouri.
It's a different one every year.
I don't know.
Or I'm asking. I don't know.
Kansas City play for Kansas?
No, KC's in Missouri.
I'm not falling for your propaganda.
Overland Park is a suburb in KC that's in Kansas, and it's the nicest area of Kansas City. But like they play in Missouri. The stadium's in Missouri.
No one believes you.
You don't have to. We're Sports City, baby. We got Stanley Cup in 2019. Super Bowl 2020, Super Bowl 2022. We don't have a basketball team. We say, who needs it? We don't even want a basketball team. Basketball's gay and it sucks. Hockey and football are the only sports that matter. And MMA. I'll throw you guys a bone there, man. MMA is
I don't like any. Cool. I don't like any of that shit. If I'm being honest, it's just a drag.
You like football?
I don't know. I like hanging out with people watching football, I guess, but I don't really.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like when I'm watching football, usually I'm like hanging out with buddies.
The problem is I get too invested in things. Like when I get upset and there's no reason to be upset because I'm a grown-ass man watching children play a fucking sport on TV. And yet I can't watch a University of Georgia football game without getting upset. I get nervous. I get nauseous. I get mad. I get real mad. Then I start feeling like, like there's been some sort of the refs are in on something, and then I get all conspiratorial.
You're a Georgia fan.
On message boards.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Uga died. Uga died. Our fucking mascot died.
The dog died.
The dog died. The dog died after the season because
they'll get a new one. It's fucking Hollywood magic.
When they told the dog that they had come down and not let us go to the playoffs, the dog killed itself.
So will the next dog be named Uga too? That's how we handle fish.
Actually, we're on to like Uga 16 or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm on to Hector too.
That's awful. You gotta give him a new name, man.
No. I like to pretend the first one never died.
Jesus, imagine if somebody did that with their kid.
That would
good Hank. Funny.
Oh, that's a good idea.
GH. Yeah. Dad, you can't name him Good Hank.
Let's